All right, Lauren, stay tuned and listen to how we got turned down by every couple in the lifestyle. Hear how we deal with getting really high confidence and then get ego body slammed.
That's so true.
Make sure to stay tuned for a casting call for single men and our new trademarked OnlyFans. Bikini Addiction is launching something totally new, and we have news about our new event. Also, learn why I was mortified standing alone in public with a raging erection and why I can't wait to do it again.
Give me more specifics. You don't give a fuck.
All right, Lauren, here we are.
Started.
Get your shit together.
I got my chapstick on. I'm ready to go.
You don't look like your eyes were closed and you're about to faint.
Oh, no, that was a contact issue. Yeah.
All I heard was issue. You're at work now. Clock in.
Okay, open your eyes. That means eyes open.
Isn't it fun working with me?
Yes.
It's so much
You're
fun.
the best.
Yeah. I think it'd be great in guest services or an HR environment.
Yes. He touched you where? There's nothing wrong with that.
Suck it up, sweetheart.
We would have a whole different HR set of rules. We'd be like, all right, you got to watch this video.
This is Brazzers porn.
Anything that they're doing beyond this point is not allowed in the office. Anything before?
Yeah. Anything you see in this video is allowed. You're just going to have to get used to it.
Be sure you're clean shaven when you come to work.
You have to bring your own lube to work. Because we're clear out and it's costing us a fortune.
It's very more expensive than pens.
Try not to come on the furniture. Now, we had one of the hottest sex experiences we've had in a really long time.
Yeah.
Right. It was explosive. Not in a gross way. But this is also brings me to one of our points about this particular episode, which is about confidence. Confidence, because this is split into two halves.
Right.
'Twas the best of times. 'Twas the worst of times. I like to quote Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities, because I only remember that line.
As most people do.
And I have no idea what the book is about.
It's a tale of two cities.
Which cities? I have no idea.
I don't even know if they were actually cities.
That's indicative of my attention span, which is that's sort of what they teach on the first day. They were reading this book, Tale of Two Cities, and I remember thinking, I'm going to read this one. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Actually,
and then they teach you the most famous line from this book is, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. By day 2, I can't read this thing. And that is the amount of information that I retained because I was very excited that day. All right. But this is about confidence because this particular experience gave us a lot of confidence, right? Yeah. Well, it gave me a lot of confidence personally. I think it gave you a lot of confidence.
There were certain things that gave me confidence. And then there were certain things that kind of fucked with my self-image a little bit, being that age was a factor for me.
Also body image for me because of some very, very perfect parts on him really fucked with my brain afterwards. Like I could not get it out of my head.
But overall, it gave us a great boost.
Was a boost. Wow. They were young, they were hot, and it made me walk away feeling like I am good enough. I am a good enough human being. It made me want to apply for a loan. And then the story after this, which we're gonna talk about, our next adventure, left me feeling like, I'm not saying this to be dramatic, almost to the point of like, and I'm sure our listener has been there, where you're like, I don't want to be in the lifestyle anymore. I don't really want to do this anymore. Everyone
has been there, and that's why I wanted to talk about it because we've been doing this 20 years, and this is not something that we've never experienced before. You do go through this, and it's not just your first year, your 5th year, you will always go through this.
Well, let's talk about the wonderful one first, and then we'll talk about us being destroyed. We have a hot, sexy adventure that we got to go on here in
the Riviera Maya.
Yeah, which we don't usually get a lot of.
No, we don't.
People think that we just live down here and sex shows up on our doorstep, but that does not happen very often. It takes a lot of things to line up for that to actually happen.
One being people who don't flake.
That would be the main one. But the other one is actually a schedule.
Time off. I was like, we get time off. Yay.
Not a lot, but we do get offers The problem with those offers is they're like, hey, we're coming down in 2 years and we were wondering if you were available.
I'm like, text me when you got here.
I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing next week. And the thing is like their schedule is clear. They know that. They've booked that week out.
Yeah, they're on vacation.
This was a different hookup because this was through a different social media platform. I'm not going to say which one, but it was through a different social media platform. Different is because I got gum in my mouth. Mm-hmm. I know I'm not supposed to.
You're not skilled.
This was through a different social media platform
than a typical Ellis site.
And they reached out and they said, hey, we are friends of so-and-so. Mm-hmm. Not a dirty photo, just a normal, everyday grand photo. Yeah. They talked about, maybe getting together while they were here. It gets closer and closer to the date.
We decide that the only way that we can do this is they're here at a vanilla hotel. So we're going to go get a day pass to a vanilla hotel and try and do some daytime stuff.
Try to squeeze something inside of a 5-hour window, which to us is very possible. We come in like a SEAL team.
Yeah. And then we looked it up on Google Maps. We realized it was really far.
Right.
So we're like, oh, maybe we should just stay the night. So that's what we decided to do.
We go down there.
It's like around lunch.
Well, let me start by saying this. This hotel that we're driving into is gigantic.
Yeah.
I drive onto the property like I own the place. Yeah.
We're locals.
And they say, just go check in at the lobby. And I say this way. And because I can say left or right in Spanish, he thinks I'm absolutely fluent. And he says a bunch of words in Spanish. And I nod my head and say, absolutely. And drive on my way. What happens after that is I wind up so twisted and turned around inside of this resort. I'm driving on golf cart roads in the Jeep and I can't really turn around because I would have had to do an Austin Powers sort of turnaround to help.
People walking on the walkway.
People are walking. It says no unauthorized vehicles. And I turn to you, my co-pilot, and I'm like, it says no unauthorized vehicles. And you're like, we're staying here. We're authorized.
I'm like, just drive confidently.
Just
honey.
drive.
There's the spa. Like you were going to do a drop off.
We were driving on running paths.
That's right. It had like kilometer markers.
But I can't even get off of the running paths because I can't turn around. I have nowhere to go. I'm at the pool and I park my car at the pool. So imagine being at a resort. Just imagine being at a resort where there are no roads, right? But you just drive there up to the pool in your car like you're Diddy or something.
I just pull up on this grass.
Yeah, I'm just going to pull up. I'm going to drive my car to the pool today.
Keep it running.
So I'm like, I have to get out of the car and go find help. I go to try to find the lobby, which is about a mile away from the pool. So I go and I find what seemed appropriate at the time was a lifeguard.
He's got a whistle.
So I call the lifeguard over immediately and I start speaking in Spanish and I try to explain to him, I'm trying to check in. And he says, oh, well, the lobby's over there. And I'm like, no, you don't understand, sir. My car is parked next to the pool, which is where I imagine you're on your way to right now to save lives. And he looks at me like, your car is by the what? And I said, my car and my wife are parked next to the pool. And he says, let me call security for you because you need to move. So it's just my life. I mean, that is usually the start of usually things that I do. I don't know why I can't just drive in a straight line.
But I love making you press forward when you're driving in uncomfortable situations.
That's how you get into my head. It's this false sense of confidence. Just keep driving, honey. You're going to be fine. Honestly, if we went a little bit further, we would have been four-wheeling on the beach. And that's not a lie.
Well, we have four-wheel drive, so good for us. Confidence.
Again. So anyway, the security guard comes, and after 25 minutes of driving on the running path back, we check in. Okay. Mm-hmm. And they walk and they actually surprise us. Boo. From behind. I'm like, oh my God, you're here. Emotionally, I wasn't ready.
I wasn't either, but I immediately recognized them from their photos.
Of course.
Like, oh my God, you look so exactly like your pictures.
Right. Of course. That's refreshing.
Yeah. They were like, oh yeah, I never thought about that. And I was like,
so they're like, well, your room's not ready. Are you guys hungry? Do you want something to eat? And we say, that sounds lovely. And we eat. At this time, we waste enough time to where it's about almost 3. And they walk back to the lobby with us. So we've spent with them now about an hour and 45 minutes in person. And they say, all right. They say, yeah, all right. Well, our room is ready. And we look at them and they say, what do you guys want to do? And he boldly enough says, well, we'd like to go back to your room. If that's okay with you.
Yeah. We're like, what? What?
Oh, okay. Batten down the hatches.
Very forward. And it was refreshing because I wasn't expecting that at all. Because I'm usually so like, okay, are we planning dinner? And then you're just automatically putting sex on after dinner.
I'm like, great. Do you want to come back now, or do you want to? Because I gotta like set up. He's like, well, no, I'm gonna run back to the room real quick, and then I'm gonna get some of our things. And I'm like, oh, thank God,
perfect. We'll shower and blah blah blah.
They come back to the room. I wind up showering and we wind up setting up quickly, by the way.
Yeah, it's so fast. Just boom, boom.
Like we were setting up a little...
like a pop-up tent. Boom.
Like a show that we do on the road. Like plug everything in, get the music going, take a shower, get on stage, go. I was like, let's just be like naked and oiled up when they get here.
We got started by ourselves.
They were like, what are your rules? And we're like, we're pretty open. They're like, we're really open. So let's just try everything. And we kind of did. We just really, that was really the fun of it, was just sort of doing anything. We were into it pretty quickly. But I was so insecure because first of all, she's young and beautiful and has the skin of a goddess. So her skin was absolutely perfect. And when you're
so perfect that I went and I did my makeup again. Like I got so insecure. I went and I
and that's the thing is like you start to feel insecure a little bit because you're like, fuck, man, like God, I just feel.
It's not like I have 1 or 2 wrinkles. It's just like that's a big difference. Like
well, I'm going to tell you
years.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you my side of your wrinkle side. You know, she is young. She doesn't have wrinkles. She doesn't have anything 15, on her. Really? Yeah, she doesn't have that many years on her. God bless her. Beautiful, perfect, wonderful, soft skin, supple. All that supple in there.
Supple's such a good.
On him, right? I don't know if you've noticed his ass. The perfectness. How could you not notice the perfectness of his ass? Right? It has this perfect bubble butt that's fucking you. Just when he's standing around, you just see this perfect ass.
Well, it was shaped like a ball. Like he looked like he has 2 little basketballs. He's just one of those people.
So I spent 99% of my time trying to face her at all times so that she wouldn't see me from behind, so that her view was never seeing my backside. So I was so conscious of her trying to not see me from behind. I'm going home and working out my butt again. Just butt. I'm just doing butt every day. Every day I'm doing butt. That's it.
Let's do it. You and me both. Butts every day.
Yeah. Anyway, so again, to my happiness, just giant cock. I can't wait to watch him fuck you. And I know you're going to be in pain. I'm sorry. But I don't care. And I will take this. Look, if you find more women who want to peg me with large items, that's on you. That's on you. That is on you for not. That is on you for not finding people with large pegging devices. But I have never turned you down and said, no, that is too large of a pegging device. So you can't ever say that it's not fair.
No, I wouldn't say that anyway. I enjoy getting you off. You know that it's a twisted thing. Like I enjoy the twistedness of it. We're on a weird mental level with sex. Like I love whatever's, I don't know. It's not like, I just love different stuff.
And they're on a clock. They have about an hour and 45 minutes before they have to be somewhere.
Right.
We're like, all right, well, you got an hour. And we fucked for, up until like an hour and 40 minutes. I was doing everything to impress this lady. Now she did these a few amazing things, right? First of all, she felt amazing, but she did these amazing things where like when I was fucking her, she would sort of do this eye roll thing that was like her eyes would almost roll back in her head, which would make me fuck her even harder and faster. And then I would start doing that hip thing where I'd start to really, really work my hips, which I don't do with you. I'm sorry. It's just like, I try really hard with you, but I try harder with others because I have to impress them. I'm sorry to tell you this.
It's okay. I get it.
So
I like watching you try harder.
Yeah, I was trying really hard with those hip thrusts and I was trying to get into a rhythm, like a really good rhythm, like a Michael Jackson rhythm. Like I
came out, it wouldn't have been unexpected.
It wouldn't have been inappropriate. Is what I'm saying.
You reach up and grab her tit and you're like, why are you wearing a sequin glove, Richard?
Right, exactly. If I had that kind of rhythm and she looked up and I was wearing one glove, she would have been like, I get it. I get it. So I was doing all of that stuff, right? And we were having an amazing time. It was one of those times, again, I think our listener will understand. It was one of those times where you kept getting up to turn the air conditioner down because it kept getting hotter and hotter in the room. And you're like, how low does this air conditioner go?
And for us, that's abnormal. That means a lot of cardio.
For us. And I was holding up pretty well.
Yeah. Her body was so amazing that I actually enjoyed the fact that you let her be on top of you.
Which is a scary position for me, but I will allow it.
She was like straddling you in her leg muscles and just her lean body, her beautiful little tits. And it's just a vision that I have stuck in my brain.
So at this point, what you're talking about is you were blowing his gigantic cock that could barely fit in your mouth.
And trying.
She was on top of me. And one of the things that I love, we'll be right back.
Jim and Scarlett, Rob and Heather, Naughty Blonde, Polly D, Rob T, CMB Washington, Lex, Mr. Dean, and Sorry for Partying.
Who are they?
They are the newest additions to our Patreon fam.
Thank you, Patreons. We love our Patreons. We have a functioning, dysfunctional family at our Patreon, and we can't do this without you. So we want to take this time to thank all of you for being here. Make sure, if you want to keep hearing this podcast, make sure to go over there and help support us. Be a part of the family on Telegram. Also, a shout out to Honey Spoon,
who is our latest photo contest winner in Telegram.
Very, very sexy photo.
Yes.
Very, very sexy lady.
All of the above.
Where do they go?
Go to patreon.com/room77 and sign up and support us.
Help us keep it up. Who are the rest of the people who joined?
Mr. Fry, Heath and Susie, JB30, DNA Pasadena, Amirati, the Walla Couple, Mr. and Mrs. Red, and Penny for your thoughts.
Welcome to the family, y'all. Strap in. So we're lying next to each other. The guys are lying next to each other, and she's riding me. One of my biggest turn-ons is sitting next to a guy and watching his face while you're penetrating
his wife.
It's such a distinct look in the eyes. It's like laser lock on. It's such a distinct look. I know I have it. I know I do it. And I know the look when I see it.
And so you identify with it.
I know exactly what's going through his brain. It's like it's unbelievable. So it's a huge turn on because you're living vicariously knowing what that thought process is.
But it was one of those good ones where like you fuck and then you stop and you laugh and you grab water and you're like, because it was a cardio session, this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of pounding. So then I said, all right, so what is the plan for tonight then? And he said, well, we go out and we eat a little bit and then we come back and we fuck some more. We had talked to them. We're like, what is your favorite thing? I was like, my favorite thing is just like holding Lauren down, holding your legs back and just talking dirty to her and having you fuck the shit out of her. Like, that's my favorite thing. So like, that's the part that I can't get out of my head, was just grabbing your legs and bending them backwards and holding your legs and holding you down and just having him fuck you. And he fucks hard.
So I was like, you were underneath me almost, and I was almost sitting with my back to your chest, right? So you were holding, you just came underneath me.
Yeah.
We're holding my legs open. So I was pretty much sitting on you if I could. And then letting him pound me was with you behind me. Like, that was so fucking hot. Like,
well, there was one point where I was just like, you were sitting on top of him and I came up behind you and put my hands under your butt.
Yes.
And I was just like a doll, just taking you and lifting you up and down and just fucking his cock and just lifting you up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's that kind of stuff that I was just like, I could do this all fucking night. I know it's your vagina.
and I'm okay with it.
But we need to get more lube because we just
Put it in the cart already.
You did?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. The nighttime sex, I think, was even better than the daytime sex. I think we had more of a little bit more of a flow with them, except for the part. This is the first time that I have put a woman to sleep. Full on, put her to sleep. Not only put her to sleep, we fucked so hard for so long that at one point she was lying on the end of the bed and she said, I just need a blanket. I was like, okay. Now, to be fair, she didn't go to sleep because I fucked her so hard she was exhausted. She just had a little too much to drink. So I just want that noted.
That she came so hard that she was just like, I am out.
I could have ran with that.
Yeah. No one would know.
Maybe I'll edit it out.
Okay.
She came so hard, she went into shock. Yeah, she went into an orgasm coma. So I got a blanket and we put a blanket over, and then the rest of it just wound up in a threesome with the three of us for, I guess, another like 30 minutes or so. And
trying new stuff.
Oh, and we tried DVP on you for a really long time.
Yeah, you did.
Which you have to practice more. And since then,
how am I supposed to practice that? Just buy gigantic dildos?
You have to find
something?
more guys and bring them here so that we can practice on you. But we had you laid down, sprawled out, and we were trying to shove our cocks in you. We got it in once, and then you had stopped it, and then we tried 2 more times, 2 more attempts.
Well, I pushed one of you out by accident. It wasn't that I stopped.
One of the times was a success. And then
it went in, it was like, oh, that was good. And then I pulsed.
I was trying so hard. And I was so excited. One of the things is I found a new position online. So I wish I could go back and try it again. Like, I know.
Oh, you already did research. Of course you did.
Not a different position, but just a way that his legs were positioned. I would just do something a little bit different. Uh-huh. And then this is where one of the things about my cock isn't good, where the curve up doesn't help. Like when he's lying on his back, and then you're lying on top of him, and then I'm on top of you, coming inside of you. The way I have to enter you is sort of like up and in. It's a very weird angle to come in. I can't just sort of go straight in.
Oh, you have to like come in like a hook.
Yeah, it's
like a push up almost over me.
And like a plane that lost its landing gear, and I have to sort of come in
as first and then hook up.
And then hook up. Yeah. So it's like a weird sort of angle.
Do you think I can be while I'm there? Do you think I can go pull up, Richard? Pull up, Richard. Do you think I could do that, or is that too much?
Well, what I would do if I were you, do less of the painful squinting that you do. Because that's mainly what throws me off.
Why don't you put a blindfold on me?
Okay.
Or a sombrero. And so you don't have to look at my face, and then I'll just use my words.
That doesn't help the Lamaze that you're doing. Wouldn't help.
Well, I love how Mrs. DVP is like, yeah, we DVP. I totally have done it. And then it's like, I need a blanket, and goes to sleep. Like, she's not even going to show me how it's done.
Listen, she was taking a nappy.
She brings it up and puts it out for the guys who are like, yes, let's go. And there I am trying to deliver.
You don't like to be disturbed during your nap. So trying to record that, there was nobody to record the DVP.
She did wake up for a minute and try and film some of it. I'll put up what I can.
I mean, there was no light. It was like whatever. But half of the time she was like, I'm watching. But her eyes were closed. That ended in a lot of cum. Well, I would say a lot, but there was coming that was involved.
Yeah, I do have a hot video of the two of you jacking off on my face.
He already came that day, though.
He already came that day. But I just think he wanted to wait.
I came 3 times in that day.
Yeah, you were a rock star.
Yeah.
And even in the last one, you still had cum.
Yeah, I did. Boop. I was very hydrated. I was very proud of us. Team us. A++. Yeah, I think we need to go find some 20-year-olds.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
That night, we had sex again after they left. And then we had sex like for 2 or 3 straight more days, just based on that situation. Just kept us going for days. Just a really, really hot situation. We don't really get that often, but
Yeah, I like people. I mean, they were open, but they weren't super experienced. I don't know. Like, I thought when we were kind of blurting out rules and boundaries and stuff, they were like, yeah, we've done everything. And I was like, oh, great. And I misjudged that totally on my part. So I think I threw out a couple curveballs that wasn't really something that was up their alley, but they recovered very well and didn't seem to throw off the balance any.
When you said, can I poop on your chest? I was shocked, to be honest with you. I had no idea where that came from. So I would like to have more of those experiences. So it's, I don't think we tried hard enough, meaning you.
I need more Lamaze.
You need to spread yourself open more, both vaginally and anally.
All right.
Always be putting stuff inside of you.
What is inside you right now?
Is what we all should be asking you right now. Right now, you should be talking to me with the microphone in front of your face and one inside of your vagina. Always be practicing. Always.
Right.
Work on that ass stuff. Because that is like, we're never.
We need that too. We need to get more of that too. We need DP.
Well, you don't. Just squinting and the pain
down there.
Well, then you don't try hard enough.
Maybe I need some like numbing.
No, you need to open it up. Jesus, it's not going to stay. You just.
All right, we're going to start pegging Richard.
Do you want to?
Don't you threaten me with a good time?
Buy with it.
Always be opening.
Always be suitcasing something. Always.
Abs.
Great. Perfect. Always be suitcasing. Muchacho agrees.
Yeah.
All right. I'm out of here. You go and put something.
I have to
go put something inside of you.
I'm going to get something now.
And then next, we're going to tell the story about how we went up to Temptation and my dreams, my hopes, and me was stripped away. It took a lot of time, therapy, drugs to recover. Just get back into life. But no, I do. I mean, it was it's
the worst of times.
As Dickens said in his book about those two cities.
He was so foreshadowing
of the
Richard and Lauren
of society and how it will be the way it is on its way to how it is now, of social classes of the late 21st century. I'm going to go look it up.
Are we in the 21st century?
We are in the 21st century.
That's
yes.
Right.
Welcome.
I'm just in it for just the highlight drift in the high life, just the high feel living in the high life drift, just the high life twist in the high life.
Okay, so we've started. Lauren, welcome back.
Thank you.
But now it is time for the worst of times.
Let that ball drop.
The bad kind of drop, like a blood pressure drop. Mm-hmm. And you're feeling lightheaded and a little out of it. Not in a good way, like you did a little bit of K.
Stop it. Okay. So we're letting it drop. We're going to the worst of times.
And this is purely our fault. We broke one of our cardinal rules of swinging.
I don't know why we did, but I was just, I guess, really excited.
Because we were high on adrenaline and confidence. That was our mistake.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So where did we go?
We went up to see some friends at Temptation.
For 2 days.
Yeah, for 2 nights. And, so when you go, you're like, Temptation is a way bigger resort. I mean, your odds are going to be great.
We're coming off of a high.
Right.
Right. And disclosure, Temptation is always a bit confusing. Okay. So that's the only disclosure that I'll make. It's not the same as going to a purely lifestyle resort or a lifestyle party or a lifestyle takeover. It is slightly different. That is the only disclosure that I will make about Temptation. It is generally always a little bit off when it comes to the lifestyle.
Yeah, it's like going to Vegas.
Is it because of all the Elvis impersonators at GTR?
I always end up with a lion in my room. I don't know why.
Well, it's not that bad.
I mean, that's how I feel.
We're talking about shooting in a barrel of vanillas, hoping that you come up with somebody who's just horny and wants to try something new.
That's what I feel like Temptation is.
I think you are a little bit more on the side of people who you have a way better chance of hitting that fish in that barrel.
Okay.
Than Vegas.
We had meet up with some friends, and they know everyone, of course, because they always do. And first person that we meet is a guy in a Batman mask and a thong and looks like he was the body double for the comic book Batman.
Yeah.
He's so built, this
He had
dude.
a lot of confidence and a really big bulge in his thong. But still looking around the crowd, really good looking crowd. I was like, got a lot to choose from here, Lauren. Got a
Yeah.
lot of work to do. All right. Just so pace yourself. All right. Because
Yes.
We're going to have a lot of choices.
We may have to do some afternoon appointments because we can't get all these people in just the 2 nights that we're here.
I don't know how we're going to slide them all in, but we're going to. So that's sort of the attitude going in, and we're talking to people and we're being social. The nighttime comes, and like we said, it's glow night. Now on glow night, you look amazing.
Oh, you're so sweet to me.
Right. And I am wearing the tiniest little silver shorts you've ever seen put on a human being. They would barely fit a toddler.
I love that you're like,
As they would say in Tropic Thunder, I've gone full R. So,
in the theme department. I love it.
yeah. So I'm wearing the tiniest little silver shirts. And I don't really have the butt to support it. I don't have the cock to support it. I just,
You look so great.
that's sweet. But that's all right. I'm having fun. And that's fine. They're so small that there were a few people that walked straight up to me and just looked down and just said, all right.
No, they
Of course. Yeah. 3 or 4 people. But I'm like, I don't care. I really
cares?
don't. I don't care.
We're making laps around the dance floor. Like,
I'm talking to people. By this point, we know a lot of people, right? So by one, what starts happening in this night, it slowly starts to fade away. The couples that I feel like we're vibing with,
right.
are slowly heading towards the horizon. Like you start to look off into the distance, and you're like, are they going to bed? Maybe they're just going to the room and they'll come back. Maybe they didn't even say goodnight. This is
Right.
Hello.
And
Hello, where are you going? Where are you going?
What room are you in?
Another couple maybe is now on the other side of the room and not really talking to you as much, or they're talking to other couples, and you're like, okay, they've moved on.
Yeah.
It feels to me like people who have gambling problems like I do, when you're at a craps table and things just start to go bad, you just start losing, and there's another losing bet. But you're like, but the next one, the next couple,
Yeah. Stay in. Yeah.
stay in it. We still
Right.
got a lot of choices left, right? But one by one, we're left with nothing.
Even our friends.
Even our friends were like,
We're going to bed.
fuck you, losers. We're out of here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I am pretty sure we were sad in a corner eating a hamburger.
We did. We tried.
We tried. It was just like the saddest, just in the dark, eating a hamburger.
And I had my wingman game on. Like I
You
was
did.
flirting with girls, and then, I'd look up and then she chose someone younger. And that happened to me with 2 different people. And I was like, oh man,
And
I get it. But
it
it's
is one
like,
of those things that starts to creep in, this confidence thing.
yeah.
Right? Where you start to really get a kick in the ego. But this is okay, right? Because we still have
One more
another
night.
We got 24 more hours. It's at least 48 more couples we could fuck. So, we still go back to the room and fuck like bunnies. And that's always one of the positive things that you always get to do, because the after effect of that is you're still sexually charged,
Absolutely.
right? Because
it's on your mind.
It's on your mind. You've been flirting all night, and then you sort of take out that aggression on one another, and you just fuck for an hour, call out all the names of the people who didn't go home with you.
Oh, yeah. Guy in the blue tank top who smiled at me.
Yeah, he was hot. Wish he knew who we were. And then go to sleep.
So we start on day 2.
Now, these are the nights. It's a Saturday and a Sunday night. And Saturday nights are generally always more busy than Sunday nights. So
Yeah.
I figure, because I'm a positive thinking guy.
Oh, you're an optimist.
It's not true. So I'm thinking, well, maybe Sunday night's going to be better because it's going to be less busy. It's going to be less crazy, more of a conversation with people. It'll be less distracting for people.
Right.
Get rid of some of our competition. You know what I mean? Because that's fair.
Put those young ones on the plane.
They got to get back to high school or wherever they. So I figured we would do better Sunday.
Right.
We didn't really go to the pool that day. I'm not great at the pool at Temptation.
Yeah.
I'm just not just complained about age, but I am the guy who's like, it's just too loud.
Yeah, I was doing content. You went for a nap, shooting a bunch of photos, and I actually met two really cute, again, they had to be in their 20s, girls while I was doing photos. And she was like, oh my God, you're so pretty. Will you help me take photos? And I did, and I posed her, and we made friends. And then I was like, I'm going to see her later, and I'll introduce her to Richard. And they were just so cute. And then I saw him at the thing, and it was just like wave like I was.
Wait, hold on, back up. Why am I hearing about this for the first time?
I told you.
Wait. So hold on. You're down at the beach. I'm taking it out. You're down at the beach. You're flirting with two hot 20-year-old girls in bikinis. And you come back to the room.
Well,
Hold on. And you come back to the room. And this isn't the first thing that you tell me.
I guess like.
Help me pose. Just.
I thought I said like I was taking photos and there was some girls down there.
Nope.
No, I left that part out.
The only story I got was there was some guy who's like, you can take pictures on my boat if you want.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's that one too.
That's the only story I got.
Because it was creepy.
Right. That's the story I got.
Well, there were some cute girls and I was helping one of them. Then I was like, these are Bikini Addiction.
Oh, so you tried to sell them.
I did. I was like, God. No, I think I didn't even bring it up because I was still in my head about the age thing.
Well,
so for me, I was like, they're unattainable. But I don't even know if they were just two girls. Like,
not staying at the resort?
no, they were there because I saw her later and I waved to her and she was like, hey, that's my that's my model partner or something.
Again, I missed all of that.
I don't know where you were.
Not with you.
I didn't communicate, Richard. I'm
Great.
so sorry.
Good. It was a pleasure meeting them.
We'll be right back.
All right, Lauren, it is that time again.
Yes.
Bikini Addiction.
Yay.
Guess what they're doing?
They're coming out with a new stock color.
Tried to find out, but they wouldn't tell us. We asked so many times, we got scolded. They blocked us on WhatsApp. When this happened last time, what happened?
Last stock color that they launched, they sold out so quickly that all he told me this time was we ordered a lot.
Good.
Yeah, so you won't have to worry about that this time.
Do you have any guesses as to what it is?
They did get a new dog at headquarters.
I think it's going to be a bikini made out of little chains.
Oh, that's what you wanted.
That's what I want.
He's probably going to do what Richard wanted.
You know what I want?
What?
I see a fabric with little islands on it that are shaped like vulvas. And it's a treasure map. And where the treasure is buried is a little X, but that's where the clit is.
That's a cute pattern.
I have another idea.
What?
I think maybe it's just a bikini with 6s and 9s on it. And then everybody just does the work themselves. It doesn't say anything. It's just 6s and 9s.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think that would work.
That would be
and
awesome.
It doesn't even matter if you're upside down or right side up. The bikini still works.
It's right.
What other ideas do you think?
Maybe a neon green. They don't have any greens in their colors.
My other idea is that they do a nude color, but they do the top half with nipples and the bottoms with full bush. I think maybe for a niche market, maybe that's the new fabric. What else do you think?
I think maybe little margaritas and tequila shots
That's
would be
good.
cute. Yeah.
My last guess is a bunch of little kittens and a bunch of little splashes of water.
Nice. Very
you see what
cute.
I did there?
I do.
You see what I did there,
I
right?
did.
All right, so what should people do to make sure this month when it goes down, what do they do?
Going to probably launch at the end of this month. So stay tuned to social media. And always, when you order, don't forget to use promo code ROOM77 to save 10% on your new stock color.
Go get them, people, or they will get sold out again.
BikiniAddiction.com.
So, second night, there is less people.
Fewer.
There is fewer people. They were also smaller, so there were less of them, speaking in a mass sense.
Okay.
So there was fewer people and less weight overall. But there are still people there. Now, there are some people there that I thought we were going to see again that were on my list as potential. I think we're going to hook up with them. That didn't even show up on Sunday night.
Yeah.
They didn't even come out. Again, crazy me wanted to go knock on their door. or call them. Be like, why are you guys not out? You said earlier, see you later. And then why did you say that if you didn't mean it?
Went to sleep.
So you start to turn into a bit of a crazy person. So I go through the night and I'm feeling just like, I don't know. I'm getting that feeling of insecurity. Like you're saying with the age thing, like I'm just starting to feel weird. So this is how desperately crazy I'm getting, because now I'm at the point where there's basically nobody left. And me and my friend go up to the room and we're doing stuff. And, he's like, hey, you know, it would be fun. I'm like, what? He's like, let's shoot trimix in our dicks and go down there hard. And me, in the state of my mind, I'm like, that is the best idea I've ever heard in my life. Now,
that's going to give you some confidence, maybe.
Well, in hindsight, not the greatest idea in the world. You got to think this one through. So here's the thing. You got to really keep in mind the elasticity of your shorts. That's number one. Okay. So I go down there and I have a full on throbbing cock poking through my shorts. In my mind, this is going to be a great conversation starter. You know what turns out not to be a great conversation starter? Hey, everyone, look at my hard cock. It doesn't. So we get to the point where I'm just sort of standing around and I'm like, I have to get out of these particular shorts because they're too, like I can't hide it. It's not going down. So I have to. So I go to my friend and I'm like, I need tighter shorts. The tightest shorts you got. He's like, let me take you upstairs. Now remember the shorts that I was wearing the night before that could barely fit on a toddler? These are shorter than those. So I'm like, but these will keep me in, right? So I put those on. I borrow his shorts. We go back downstairs. The other thing you don't think through when you're standing there with a hard cock in your shorts is at some point, you are going to be left alone. Whether you go to the bathroom or somebody else goes someplace else, it's all fun and wonderful when you're standing there with your friends and your cock is sticking hard out of your shorts. It's all fun and games.
Yeah, I'm dancing on you.
Yeah, until you're the guy standing there alone with a hard cock poking through your shorts. Because that is when it gets awkward. And I'm like, it happened to me once. I was like, you were like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Somebody else who I was talking to just sort of skirted off. And I'm like, oh my God. Like I am standing here with a hard cock and I feel like security's going to throw me out. So anyway, I got a photo of it with another couple. I was like, I just have to photograph this for visual proof. I don't know where we'll put that photo, but we do have it.
Patreon.
So the end of the night comes. There was literally one couple left that we were attracted to and wanted to hook up with. We were ultimately, by the end of the night, denied by them.
Well, we convinced them even to go to the room.
Right. And they came back to the room and they had told us in the room she was on her period and they had to go.
No, that's actually not what happened.
Oh.
Everything was like, yeah, let's go. And we went upstairs and from the elevator ride to the room, the walk to the room, something happened in the hallway. By the time we got into the room, it was like, hey, we have to leave. Our pickup is at 8 a.m. So we have to leave really early, you guys, and just don't want to play. And for us, we were like, what just happened? Like elevator was all like, we had been flirting, right. Elevator ride was good. And then something in the hall, getting into the room, we turned on the lights, the music, everything. And then it was like this, I have to leave at 8 a.m. ride. And we're like, fuck it, who cares? Like 30 minutes, let's just take our clothes off and go for it. And it wasn't until after the fact that you got a WhatsApp that was like, she told me in the hall that she started her period.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So this whole thing was like added on top of the layered cake of self-doubt of like, well, what
did we do?
What happened?
What happened in that hallway? Like everybody in the lifestyle, it doesn't matter who you are, you always get the on my period. And you never know what the
real excuse is, or if it's like, are you on your period?
Take it out. Let me see.
Show
Not just the strings.
Show your
Prove it. Prove it. I don't believe you. I mean, it would be a bit extreme. I think. We've all been there. We've all, you don't know. I mean, I take people at their word, but at this point, you're right. At that point, we can't do it. that point, that had really pushed me over the edge. And I was like, wow, I just
Didn't see that coming.
that was really fucking weird. Okay. And it wasn't so much them and it happening, because it's not the first time that, been turned down before. It was culmination of 2 straight days of just failing. And when I say that this affected me for at least 2 weeks, I mean, I really was at the point where I was just like, I don't know why I'm doing this anymore. I just start questioning everything about.
Yeah. And you question, should we be going to, like, do we really want to do this? Like, it does start to fuck with your head.
When this does happen, mentally speaking, you are way better at this than I am. It doesn't really affect you as much as it affects me. In fact, I would say that I am very envious of the way that you sort of forge on with life. Like, you are sort of like, all right, well, catch you later, and just move on with your life. Things like that sort of grow on me.
You want to know an answer to everything. That just is how your brain works. And if I don't know the answer to stuff, I just move on.
There are certain things I'm just like, believe me, I'm not insane enough to be like, hi, can I talk to you guys? Why? I just want to know, why did you go to bed early last night? I thought we were having fun. We were having a good conversation, and then you guys left at midnight, and I thought that was quite early. So, but these things do start to wear at me just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And you say that I'm just good about letting stuff go, but I think the human nature, you do want an answer. You want to know what was it about me, or what was it about us, and you're never going to get that answer.
I know.
You have to just be like, oh, well, I'm never going to know, but that doesn't work with how your brain works. You love answers to stuff. I don't know the answer. I'm not going to Google anything. I just move on with my life, but that's just how I am as a person. And it really translates the lifestyle really well. So maybe I should write a book download our e-pamphlet.
I mean, you do have a way healthier outlook on it than I do. I wish I could adopt it. I do, but it really affected me. It affected a lot of things, because I sit there and start to think, like, what was it that? Is it this about me? Is it that about me? What is it? And I know it's very rare to find somebody who's been, it's not impossible, but it's very rare to find people who've been in this world for as long as we've been in this world. And it's hard to explain to people what it felt like when we were doing this in our early 30s and what it's like doing this now, and going through these different phases of life, of groups and society, just the different issues that you have. Like, I can't read my phone at night when I'm out. I can't read my texts anymore.
Right.
And I'm not bringing my reading glasses to the club. So anybody who texts me, good luck. I had said in another segment that we had done a while ago, I was like, I don't care who blows me off, it's their loss. But that's not necessarily true. I think we all have these self-doubts. It's a rough world out there, and it can really fuck with your brain. I've seen friends I've heard friends go through it, and I should take the advice that I give them.
What advice is that?
It's not real. Like, none of this is real. Like, it's the most superficial. It's the most surface level crap you could ever think of. It's literally like, I'm just too tired.
Right. I was hungry.
I was hungry. I'm super in the mood. It's like everything has to align so perfectly, because you're a prop to people.
Right.
Like, your personal emotions are the last thing on their list. It's like, no one in the lifestyle is here really to make you feel better about yourself, really.
Mm-mm.
But
it can make you feel better, but
right,
it's a side.
So you have to go in with a little bit of an exterior, and being ready to know, like, these are my expectations, and never get your expectations up. And I think that is one of the things that we always tell people, which is expectations kill a great time.
Yeah.
Here we are, slightly giving yourself expectations where you walk out in the night and you're like, yeah, we have a lot of options tonight. And that is, in and of itself, that's expectations. Like, I have expectations to hook up tonight. When you walk into that situation in any of those nights, you should be like, whatever happens, happens. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, there's people talking to me all day long. There's people talking to us all day long. Apparently you met 2 hot girls at the beach that were flirting with you, but I have no expectations with any of it. Really, whatever happens, happens.
But if you're riding an elevator with someone and they're going to your room to play, and
yeah, that's a little different.
Then, it is going to hurt. It's going to be a shocker. And you have to take time to process that and be like,
Yeah, I think that was probably the worst thing that could possibly happen at the worst time. I mean, not that they knew that.
No, they didn't.
There's no possible way that they could have known. We wanted to share when you're in the worst of times, you do feel like you're out of the club.
Yes.
You feel like I'm not part of this anymore.
Right.
So this is more or less to tell people, I think more people feel it than you think. If you've gone through this or you're going through this, you're not alone. It's tough out there. You just got to really shake it off as well as you can. You're never going to find the answer. You're never really going to find a legit answer because it's not really a legit hookup, is it?
And they're not obligated to tell you anything really as a couple, what their reasoning was for denial.
These aren't relationships.
No.
They're barely friendships.
You may not even know their name.
Right. So
that's really hard to digest, for real.
It is. So it is based on very shallow criteria.
Yeah.
It's like the last thing on a person's mind is making them feel better about themselves. It's like the first thing that people do is, does it check all of my boxes?
Absolutely.
But when you are making friends with somebody or you're forging relationships with somebody, you go out of your way to check their boxes as well, to share, to build a form of trust.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always happen. You have preliminary meetings, right?
Yeah.
And then you're fired. And you don't know why. And you got to go find another job.
It's just a life lesson, but a little bit because we're always so vulnerable in the lifestyle. It's a harder lesson to swallow. Sometimes.
But that is a lesson. And with that lesson, here's the deal. We're going back. There's one thing we're not, and that's quitters. I'm going to go in there with 0 expectations
right
this time. And I'm going to wear my little short shorts. And if you're going to ask me about the horrible experience that I had doing the trimix, would I do it again? Yes, I will.
Maybe just a little less because maybe we want.
You can't really do a little less.
I know. That's what the whole.
It's scissor. It isn't right. But you asked me, was it a stupid decision? Did I not think it through? No, I didn't. Will I do it again? Yes, I will. Was it fun walking around with a full heart on for 2 hours? It was a little bit. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my God.
I might do it again.
Oh, you kill me.
So, but we're going to try again. And when we come back, we're going to tell you how it went and how it actually went with no expectations and what our confidence is like. It may be, you may hear us get on and say, we quit. We absolutely quit. Can't do it anymore. This isn't for us.
Right. And it could be that trying to shoot a fish in that barrel is not our barrel anymore. Maybe we prefer more pre-set up kind of things like the best of times where it's more direct setup and you're not trying to wing it. So we'll see.
Listen, just get your game on. I need you as my wingman.
I'm going to do it. I was really confident, man. I look back and I'm like, I'm trying to channel that.
You were working it.
I was
doing a great job. You never let me down. You rarely let me down. I do this one thing that I hate that I do, which is, and I got to get out of this and make me get out of this. Okay. This is your job. When I'm like, well, you go over and talk to them. You go over and talk to them because I'm scared. And I feel like it's less threatening. Don't allow me to do that. I think it's like we should go over and talk to them and approach them because I don't really like it when guys do that and use their wives as the frontline infantry,
right?
Bring them in, and then the guy walks over. He's like, "What is happening over here? What's going on over here? You guys talking?" He's like, "I know you brought her over. I know you're up to something." And I find myself doing the same thing sometimes.
You are the shyer one in a group situation.
Well, I don't have a happy face. I mean, sometimes there are guys that just have happy-go-lucky faces and they're just welcomed with open arms. I just have a look on my face that says, I will kill you. And it is what it is. So I don't know if I'm the person that should be approaching. I should be the first responder. I don't know.
Well, we'll first respond as a team then.
You should be first in, right?
You just said not to be first in.
But I'll stand behind you.
Okay. And I'll just hold onto your hard cock
That's the other problem.
like a leash.
This is my husband. Look at his hard cock. Yeah, just bad decision, but I'll do it again. I gotta find the right shorts for it.
I'm dancing all these fears away. Don't need you.
All right, Lauren, in another 2 or 3 weeks or however many days, we will be in Isla Mujeres, naked with like 170 people who we will be rubbing up against and dancing with and having fun with at Flirt.
Oh, I can't wait for Flirt in Isla Mujeres.
Now, this one was sold out. We have a boatload of people over at the Overflow Hotel.
Yes.
But we do want you to join us at our next one, which is going to be in October 2024. Same bat channel, same bat location. Is it up right now? Probably not up
It's
right
not
now.
up right now, but it will go up in the next couple of weeks. You can always follow us on social media where we'll be announcing all of the dates and all the details and how to book your spot.
Get on that list first. They do seem to sell out. I always tell Lauren they're going to sell out, and then she doesn't believe me. And then,
Oh my God.
they do.
You're the one who's...
But what have you learned in this episode? Did you learn to cope with your feelings?
Yeah, I think I cope with your feelings very well.
I think that's the lesson, is learn how to cope with my feelings.
I think it is.
I'll be good to go, though, for the event, though. I'll know exactly what I'm doing. My confidence will be high,
Yes.
right? And I'll have sex with everyone.
And I think I'm going to bring up if anyone wants to shoot anything for OnlyFans and ask them.
We have to get more video at the event for the OnlyFans page.
Yeah, because I'm
Where is
really
your
bad at
OnlyFans page for
asking.
people who don't know that you even have an OnlyFans?
I know someone asked yesterday. It's onlyfans.com/room77, just like everything else.
Go see us fuck.
Go see our
people fuck
escapades.
Lauren. Yeah, we need people here.
Yeah,
I think it would just be easier if somebody just came here. If we could just get men
Right.
to come to Cancun, maybe even help with their accommodations. I don't know yet. We'll get a room for a few days and just have a bunch of sex. We need some guys to come down and have sex with us.
Reach out on OnlyFans or reach out at room77live.com on the contact us.
We'll be here. We'll shoot it like they shoot the Wheel of Fortune. You know, they get like 6 shows a day. You know what I mean?
That's good.
This is why Pat Sajak never leaves. These are dream jobs for these people. Shoot like 7 shows a day, in and out.
Done.
Easy money. Easiest money in the business. Game show host. That's how we shoot our OnlyFans.
Game's like a game show.
Trademarked. We have a game show and OnlyFans. Okay, you come on our show and you play a game, whether it's Wheel of Fortune or it's, I don't
Price
know.
is Right,
I don't know, you
Showcase
solve
Showdown.
something.
Right.
And then the prize is fucking.
I think it's a great idea. That's the Showcase Showdown.
I'm going to start building a set.
I'll work on the jeans. Like
This is fantastic.
The music.
Trademark. If you steal it, we're going to sue you. What else? Is that about it? Do we go?
We leave.
That is it, everyone. We will see you after the party. The next episode, I'm sure we will have some live audio from that shindig.
I can't wait.
All right, that's it. We got to go.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go leave a positive review.
For more information, go to room77life.com.
Thanks for stopping by Room 77.
We had a blast.
Now get your clothes and get out.
Just a highlight drift in the high.